past 2 days. We've been in and out for the Creation Africa Days. Such a wonderful program, I believe. So I'm sure we'll get some feedback from you. Look at me talking to you with a great smile on my face bar. So today we're not talking about Creation Africa Days today. So today, as you may know, it's mainly about the last masterclass that we have. And it's going to be a very interesting one on how to become an impactful designer. So once again, good morning and welcome to the 7th masterclass, as it has been postponed. So normally it's the 7th, but I can say it's the 8th masterclass that we're having. So as I said before, the title is How to Become an Impactful Designer with Nadine Gonzalez. And so you know me already, but for those on Ikoko who don't know me, I'm Jonathan, the project manager for Creation Africa, for the Creation Africa program. So I'd like to thank all of you for availing yourselves this morning and for being part of this great initiative aimed at boosting cultural entrepreneurship in South Africa, Lesotho, and Malawi. So it is a pleasure this morning to introduce our guest and host for today's masterclass, Nadine Gonzalez, a remarkable figure in the fashion industry whose work embodies innovation, inclusivity, and sustainability. She is currently the director of CASA 93, as well as the founder of ModaFusion Association. Nadine's extensive background in fashion, rooted in training at ISEM in Paris, ISEM in Paris, has led her through diverse roles in fashion journalism in Paris and Copenhagen to pioneer inclusive and responsible fashion. In 2006, Nadine founded the ModaFusion Fashion, an inclusive association in Rio de Janeiro. And in 2017, she launched Casa 93 in Saint-Denis in France. So the first eco-responsible and free fashion school in the country. So through her work, Nadine is dedicated to promoting a human and ethical vision of fashion that supports a positive economy and respect the environment. So it is such a pleasure to have Nadine here today for the masterclass. I remind you the title again, because the title by itself, it's already very impactful and very thoughtful. So it's how to become an impactful designer. And knowing that we've got designers who have joined us, not just designers, but people from different sectors. And I believe that Nadine's journey and advices throughout this masterclass will not only talk to designers, but will talk to everyone that is present here for this masterclass. So please join me to welcome Nadine. And Nadine, the floor is yours. I wish you the best.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Here we are. And so thank you for the presentation. It's very good I'm very honored to have been invited by Creation Africa and the French Institute. And I'm very happy to introduce some tools. I mean, some inspiration in practical tools to start or grow your career in this field. So yes, as Jonathan told, I was a fashion journalist, and then I spent some 12 years in Brazil creating this inclusive fashion association. So it was almost 20 years ago. And then afterwards, ModaFusion holds some social projects. But it's important to say that I haven't created those projects in France. It was not an exportation of this social project. I've created this project in Brazil. So, and then I imported those projects in France. In 2 places in France, and there's also other option in Africa as well. But it's important to know that the inspiration took place in Brazil, as ModaFusion had 2 schools in some favela. As Jonathan said, it was the 2 first fashion school in favela. In France as well, it's still the unique free fashion school and the first eco-responsible based focused school. That means that it's very special in eco-conception and in eco-design through the upcycling. But you know about that. I don't want to say more about the association and the Kazan IT Free, which is the schools. But if you want to know more, please ask me a question at the end of this masterclass. I will be very happy to answer you. So that means that I have this almost 20 years experience in at that time it was called the ethical fashion, and I will relate you. I will give you some tools that I have learned during this 20 years. So yeah, this masterclass will aims to provide a comprehensive overview of what it means to be an impact designer in South Africa, offers both inspiration and practical tools to start or grow a career in this field. I was actually watching yesterday, 2 days ago, in the Brut. I don't know if you know this media Brut Africa on Instagram, and they said that Africa soon the world's fashion champion. It was the title of this reel. It was a reel, and it was about Africa is set to increase its production by 32% over the next 10 years, starting with raw material. Burkina Faso, Benin, Côte d'Ivoire, and all are already cotton producer. But now there's the emergence of the new organic sector with the cotton. And cotton production in Africa has risen by more than 19% in 4 years. So what it's, I would say, okay, they were talking about cotton, but in South Africa, there is a special material. That's why I've been invited by the French Institute to come like 4 years ago, also to make some projects. I will give you more details about that. But why South Africa is very known for its material? I don't know if you know. I don't know if you have some answer, if you can talk about that, but I will say, and we will talk about that later, it's mohair. Maybe you saw the picture, the first picture with my portrait in the first page, the first slide. This mohair was from South Africa. But anyway, UNESCO, I also observed that there's a lot of increase of number of African designers exhibiting in the local, in African Fashion Week in Casablanca, Dakar, Lagos, Nairobi, and Johannesburg. So it was 2 days ago. Now I'm going to start. Okay, well, I will tell very briefly about historical and culture concept, the culture marketing analysis, and trend and challenges. It's important to make this overview. So the history of fashion in South Africa is rich and diverse, reflecting the country complex and cultural tapestry and its dynamic interaction with the global trends. Some highlight of the local culture and the global trends. So you have several, the pre-colonial area. I don't know if it's very obvious to tell you about that, but the pre-colonial area, the symbolism and identity, it's all to say that the traditional attires, there was a lot of symbolic, often indicated the wearing ages, marital status, social status, and even more, for example, the Zulu. You know more than me about that, but it's very important, the Zulu and the Costa design, feature intricate patterns and colors, each with specific meanings. And also the Ndebele women use the brightly colored clothing and bedwork to significant milestones such as the marriage, etc. So it was very strong. Then you have the colonial influence with the introduction of the European fashion, with the Dutch, with the British colonization, then the merging of the culture, and then the 20th century with the apartheid area, and the rise of the unique South African fashion identity, and it was very strong. And then there was the impact of the urbanism, and as South Africa is getting urbanized, particularly in the mid-20th, there was a significant shift in fashion People moved to cities and towns, bringing together the diverse cultural influence, and with all the traditional clothing that have been adapted for the urban life. Bon, apartheid and training, fashion was like a big, became a form of resistance. So it was very, yes, sorry. And many Black South African wore traditional clothing, or, I mean, to face the oppression. The iconic Madi shirt worn by Nelson Mandela is an example of using fashion to make a statement of pride and resistance. You have also the Sophiatown influence in the 50s, which was a multicultural neighborhood in Johannesburg, which became a hub of fashion, music, and culture. The fashion of Sophiatown was characterized by its blending of African and Western style, with residents often seen in sharp suits, jazz, and vibrant colors. And the post-apartheid area, the global influence and the local innovation, freedom, expression, emergence of local designer, and well, you know about this period, and now it's a modern trend, and it's very like a big fusion of tradition and modernity, modern fashion and heritage of all what we said about yeah. So there's a lot to talk about African print fabrics, because then all of this I will develop it further on. And now you have in South Africa, you have a sustainable and ethical fashion growing a lot, with a new South African designer focusing on ethical fashion, use a locally sourced sustainable materials, and work with local artisans, creating jobs and preserving this cultural and traditional craft. So it's not only a support for the local economy, but it's also a position of the South Africa as a leader in the sustainable fashion movement in Africa and in the world. Yes, the current, you know, there's the influence of the globalization and the technology, the digital revolution. You know, long time ago, it was the industrial revolution. It's a numeric digital revolution that's changing a lot of things. But South African designer, they really keep this movement quite quickly, quite fast. So it's very good. And we can also see that there's in the fashion weeks, and there's a lot of recognition, international recognition for the South African designer. And you have a lot of events. You have African Fashion International, Fashion Week have become, you have, yes, a lot of Fashion Week, as I said, in like almost 10 countries, very good Fashion Week. So I would say the evolution of fashion in South Africa is a testament of the country's rich cultural heritage and its ability to adapt and innovate. From traditional indigenous attire to contemporary design that's blend together a global trend, and make a global trend with all this local influence. And the South African fashion reflects really indeed this diversity and the resilience of these people. And as the country continue to embrace both its cultural roots and modern influence, South African position is poised to make a significant impact in the global fashion industry and the global sustainable fashion industry. Yes. Clique dessus d'abord et après fais ça. Ok. Okay. Sorry. So what is impact fashion? It's important to know what is understanding what impact fashion is. It's a movement within the fashion industry that focus on creative, positive change through design, production, consumption. And it seeks to improve upon the environmental, social, ethical issues associated with traditional fashion. There's a lot of, there's some pillars. The key pillars in the impact fashion are sustainability, ethics, inclusivity, and social responsibility. So let's go and to focus on the first one, sustainability. So sustainability in fashion, it's about creating garments and accessories in a way that minimizes the negative environment impact. So using eco-friendly materials, use sustainable materials such as organic, cotton, natural organic like mohair, hemp, bamboo, tencel, and recycled fabrics. These materials have a lower environmental footprint compared to conventional material like polyester, normal cotton, which are resources very intense and polluting. Resource efficiency, it's focusing on reducing the consumption of water, energy, and raw materials during production. So sustainable practices include using water-efficient dyeing processes, renewable energy sources, and reducing waste by implementing zero-waste pattern cutting. And now you have a lot of software using like the Clo 3D or other software using this in several brands. Like in the CASA 93, we are teaching it as well. You have also the waste reduction and circularity, implementing practices that reduce waste and promoting the recycling and upcycling of materials. Circular fashion involves with designing products that can be easily disassembled, deconstructed, or decomposed, recycled, or repurposed, thus extending the life cycle of garments and reducing the amount of clothing that ends up in the landfill. Next, the carbon footprint reduction, minimizing the carbon footprint of fashion production and distribution by using locally sourced materials, optimized logistics, and adopting carbon neutral production processes. So all those carbon footprint reduction, waste reduction and circularity, eco-friendly materials, and resource efficiently was part of the sustainability. Then you have the ethics. So the ethical fashion focus on fair treatment of the workers. Workers, it is the human working condition and respect for all the human rights. Ethical practices ensure that the entire production process from the raw materials sourcing to garment manufacturing is conducted in a fair way, in the way that is fair and just for everybody. And you have some key elements of this fair trade. So you have the fair wages and labor rights, ensuring that workers are paid fair wages that meets or exceed living wage standard, of course. Ethical fashion brands commit to fair labor practices, providing safe working conditions and upholding workers' rights, including the rights to union side and work reasonable hours. You have the safe workers' condition, creating a safe and healthy work environment for all employees, free from exploitation, harassment, and abuse, of course. This includes proper ventilation, safety equipment, and adhere to health and safety regulation. As we know that in the couture and sewing atelier, You should know what's happened in 2013 in Bangladesh, with the start of the fashion revolution. You have all the transparency and accountability, the transparency in accounts, being transparent about the supply chain and production process. Ethical brands often provide information about where they produce and make clothes, who make them, and on under what condition. This transparency builds trust with consumers and ensure accountability. And there's a lot of rules in Europe now with since 2022 we started. There's a big regulation about all those points. And you have also the animal welfare. It's important to talk about that. The ethical fashion also includes all the animal welfare, which means avoiding materials that cause harm to animals, such as fur, exotic skin, and leather from inhumane sources. Brands may opt for cruelty-free alternative and vegan material. It's also a key. So the third point is inclusivity. So inclusivity in fashion, it's about creating products that cater the device needs and preference of all people, regardless of their size, gender, race, or ability. Inclusivity challenges the traditional standards of beauty and fashion by embracing diversity and representation. So, key components of inclusivity include size inclusivity, offering a wide range of sizes that cater to different types of body, including plus sizes, mini, petite size, and tall size. Size inclusivity ensure that fashion is accessible to everyone, not just for one who sits into aesthetic size or standard size. Then you have the diverse representation, ensuring that fashion campaigns, advertisements, and runway show represent people of all different kind of race, ethnicity, genders, ages, and availability. Then you have the adaptive fashion. It's designing clothes that is accessible for people with disability. Adaptive fashion includes featuring like magnetic closure, easy to use zipper, adjustable fits that cater to the needs of individual and physical challenges. Then you have the gender neutrality, the fourth point, offering gender neutral or unisex clothing that allows individuals to express themselves freely without conforming to traditional gender norms. This approach promoted inclusivity by acknowledge that fashion is a form of self-expression for everyone. So then you have, after the sustainability, the ethic, you have the inclusivity, you have also the social responsibility. It stands behind the process to consider the broader impact of fashion on society and community. It involves using fashion as a force for good by contributing for social causes, supporting communities.
Sorry, I'm just wondering about the slides, because this slide we can only see the second point on understanding what impact fashion is. I don't know if you're moving the slides or if you're still on that specific slide.
We are still on the pillars of impact fashion, sustainability, ethics, inclusivity, and we are talking about social responsibility now.
No, I think we don't have that slide.
You don't have this slide?
Yeah, we only see the second point that you raised about understanding what impact fashion is. So we don't see the slide that you are talking about right now.
Okay. You don't have understanding what?
And
Yeah,
And now?
yeah, it was moving, but
It's understanding what impact fashion is.
yes, that is the slide that we were seeing.
Yeah, so I was in the pillar for impact fashion. I was talking about sustainability, ethics, inclusivity, and now I was talking about social responsibility. And then I will talk about the case studies.
Okay, okay. Because I think which slide is it? What is the title of the slide that you're presenting right now?
It's the second part, you understanding what impact fashion is.
Okay, so I think, yeah, then we could. Because we thought maybe you were talking about something else and maybe moving the slide, but sorry for that. So I think
Okay.
I think it's okay now.
We are on the pillars of impact fashion.
All right.
We talk
All
about
right.
sustainability, ethics, inclusivity, and now it's about social responsibility. And then
All
I
right.
will talk about the case studies,
No
the
problem.
South African ones and the international ones.
We're on the same page then.
Okay. It's quite long, but it's very important, this part. So it's I make a lot of details because it's really you're not obliged to be 100% of responding to all these things, but you can choose sustainability of ethics or inclusivity or social responsibility. So those pillars are very important to be an impactful designer. Okay, so social responsibility is fashion extends beyond the production process to consider the broader impact of fashion on society and communities. It involves using fashion as a force for good by contributing to social causes, supporting communities, and promoting positive change. So positive change in community support. First one, community support. Impact fashion brands often support local communities by creating job opportunities, investing in local economies, and partnering with artisans and craftspeople. This support helps to empower community and preserve traditional craft and skill. Then you have the charity initiative. Many impact fashion brands engage in charitable initiatives such as donating a portion of their profits to social causes, supporting education and health programs, or providing clothes to those in need. And then you have the cultural sensitivity and respect, ensuring that fashion designs and marketing respect cultural tradition and avoid cultural appropriation. This involves understanding and honoring the cultural significance of certain patterns, symbols, and garments, as we said before. And then education and advocacy, educating consumers about the importance of sustainable and ethical fashion and advocating for systematic change within the industry. It's relevant. This includes raising awareness about issues like labor rights, environment conservation, and social justice. To resume those impact fashion, sustainability, ethics, inclusivity, and social responsibility form the foundation or a more conceptuous and forward-thinking fashion industry. This pillar guide fashion brands to operate in ways that respect the planet, honor people, embrace diversity, and contribute positively to society. By adhering to this principle, impact fashion not only redefine the values of the fashion industry, but also inspires consumers to make choices that support a more sustainable and equitable world. As the demand for ethical and sustainable fashion keep on growing, this pillar will play a crucial role in shaping the future of fashion, not only sustainable fashion. So now we can talk about the case study, because I've been 4 times. I've been invited no, it was before. Well, the case study, it's invited by the French Institute to make some of the True Fashion season 1, True Fashion season 2, True Fashion season 4, and I have the opportunity to meet some great fashion designer. I have three South African designer and 3 South international fashion designer. I won't talk about all of them, but maybe it's a key for you to search and to make your own sourcing and researching. So I will talk about Mac Ulsa, Mac Ulsa Africa. I have one of his bob, his hat. I know. I imagine that all of you knows La Duma. Sorry for the La Duma in Kosokolo. I'm sorry for not saying well his name, but it was a pleasure to meet him and to meet his industry and his team and everything. So as you know, it's a luxury knitwear brand. So it's founded by La Duma, and this brand is inspired by the rich heritage of the Xhosa people, incorporating traditional patterns and colors into contemporary design. So they're making impact on society and environment by cultural preservation. Mac Ulsa Africa celebrate and preserve Xhosa culture by using traditional design and storytelling in each of its collection. It not only keeps cultural heritage alive, but also educated consumer about South African tradition. They also this brand manufacture it's a local production because they have been there and they manufacture in Johannesburg. It's a product locally providing employment opportunities and supporting the South African textile industry. That is very important. And this helps boost the local economy and ensure that the production process adheres to ethical standards. There's also quality and durability. Mac Ulsa Africa focus on high quality craftsmanship and durable materials, promoting the idea of slow fashion. By creating timeless pieces, and the brand encourages consumers to buy less, but invest in quality. So, and I can confirm that this hat, it's a very, very good quality. It's very heavy. It's super well made. Bon, I won't promote him, but it was a great pleasure to see all his production process and creative and the cultural preservation. So Mac Ulsa Africa, you have also joinery. It's about recycling materials, about local artisan, about plastic pollution awareness. And you have also the designer that have the chance to work with during the True Fashion Season 1, Lucanio Ndingi. Lucanio is a Cape Town-based fashion brand known. Is very known in South Africa, in Africa, and also in Europe and in France, especially. And he works with the impact on society and environment using sustainable materials, and ethically source his material, including natural fibers and organic fibers. The brand's commitment to sustainability attends to every aspect of its production process, and is collaborating with a lot of artisans. I've been and met some artisans who is working with from township and marginalized community with a cooperative of women. Cooperative of women. Providing them fair wages and opportunities for economic empowerment. This collaboration helps preserve traditional craftsmanship and support social responsibility. And Lucanio aims also to create fashion that has a positive impact on society and environment. The brand, it was its roots in creating meaningful and purpose-driven fashion that respect both people and the planet. Yes, and to talk about the international brands, there's Stella McCartney. Stella McCartney, she's a British luxury brand, as People Tree. People Tree is also a UK-based ethical brand. People Tree is one of the first ethical fashion brands. It was very they joined the fashion revolution when in 2008 to promote the fair trade in the world. So People Tree and Stella McCartney were very, very focused on ethical fashion show since the beginning. And I remember when I was in Brazil during 12 years, she was the first one to make some in Brazil to make some blend cotton with cotton and plastic. So she was making a lot of tests and elaborating, and also all the vegan fashion. She's known for that. But before that, she's very into innovation, trying to make some innovating materials. Because she's investing in a dyeing process, in low impact production methods, and and very involved in all this development and innovation materials. And yes, and you have also Patagonia. Patagonia, it's an American outwear clothing, very, very old as well. And it's is working also with a lot of environmental initiatives. It donates 1% of its sales to environment causes and support grassroots organizations working on environmental conservation. There's also some sustainable practice using recycled material, organic cotton, fair trade, certified, etc., etc. So you can check on those free People Tree, the UK-based People Tree, and Stella McCartney and Patagonia for the international one, and Lucanio Ndingi et Makossa and Joinery for the South African one. Well, I guess you know all of them, but it's good to focus on them. So afterwards, this case to highlight, as I said, both South Africa International that are leading the way in impact fashion by prioritizing sustainability, ethics, inclusivity, and social responsibility. Yes, I told you about that. That benefit both planet and people. Okay. About creating a personal, developing an impactful designer vision. So yeah, you have 3 parts: creating a personal and authentic vision, defining a mission, and establishing a unique value proposition. So you've got it. We are on the 3rd slide. So so creating a strong, impactful designer vision is essential for establishing a successful and meaningful fashion brand, of course. This involves aligning personal passions with ethical and sustainable values, defining a clear mission that guides brand decisions, and establishing a unique value proposition that differentiated the brand in the market. So you have different components. Creating a personal and authentic value mission, aligning passion, as we said, aligning passion and values. To create a personal and authentic vision, designer must first reflect on their own passion and values. Understanding what drives and inspires you in the foundation of building a brand that resonates with authenticity. So you have self-reflection. Take time. I should take time also talking to you. Take time to think about what inspires you in fashion, in the design, in the cultural heritage, textile, the innovation, the sustainability, the materials, identifying what are you passionate about. It's very important to shape your brand's identity. And then also you have how to identify your values. Make a list of core values that are important for you. Could include what we have seen: sustainability, ethical labor practices, inclusivity, cultural preservation, innovation. Your brand should embody these values, guiding every decision from the design to the production, all the process. Then research and inspiration. Look at, of course, at other designers, at the 6 I have told you, or movement like the fashion revolution that align with your interest. Study how they have successfully incorporated their value into their brand identity. Use this research to gain insight into how you can integrate your own passions with ethical and sustainable process. And then you have the storytelling, and then it's about you. It's more about the authenticity. Authenticity. It's a key to connect you with the consumer. So use your personal story and experiences to shape your brand, your narration, your brand's narrative. Share with you, share why you are so passionate about ethical fashion and how your journey has influenced your design process, your design choice, your inspiration. This personal connection can help build trust and loyalty with your consumer, with your audience. That's why they're creating a personal and authentic vision, how to align your passion for fashion with ethical and sustainable values. Now, how to define a mission. Creating a mission statement. A mission statement articulates the purpose and goals of the brand, of your brand. It serves as a guideline star for all kind of business decision and it helps also for the communication to communicate your brand's intention to your consumers. So how to create a powerful mission statement. So identify your purpose. Start by asking yourself, why does my brand exist? What impact do I want to have? Your mission should clearly state the purpose of your brand beyond making a profit, of course. This could be to promote sustainable fashion, support local artisans, or reduce environmental impact. And focus on your impact. Think about your impact. Think about the impact you want your brand have on the society and on the environment. Are you aiming to reduce wastage, creating fair employment, fair opportunities, or educate consumers about the sustainability? Your mission statement should reflect the positive impact you aspire to achieve. And keep it concise and clear. A mission statement should be short, clear, and clear to the point. It should be easy to remember and communicate. Avoid jargon or complex language. Instead, use straightforward language that resonated with your target audience. Example of mission statement. Our mission is to create timeless, eco-friendly fashion that respects people and the planet. We are committed to ethical production, sustainable materials, and empowering communities through fair trade practices, for example. 3, establishing a unique value proposition, or to stand out in the market while staying true to your values. As I have my own, it's not I don't have my own business, my own association, I can tell you that it's very hard to stay true to your own value with the world evolving with all the innovation and the greenwashing, etc., etc. So establish a unique value proposition, standing out while staying true to your values. A unique value proposition, it's also known as UVP, is what sets your brand apart from competitors. It defines the unique benefits and features of your products that appeal to consumers, customers, etc. So, how to establish a unique value proposition? Identify your unique strength. Look at that. Make sure that makes your brand is unique. This could be use of innovating sustainable materials, collaboration with local artisans, commitment to inclusivity, or your distinct design, more about your design and aesthetic. So identify the elements that make a difference with your brand to another one. Then understand your target audience. Know who your target, your customer, your target are, and what they care about. Do they value ethical production? Are they looking for inclusive size? So it's important to understand your audience needs and value, and that will help to tailor your UVP. UVP also should highlight the benefits of your product, not just the features. Instead of just saying, we use organic cotton, explain what that matters. Our use of organic cotton means our clothing is soft on your skin and gentle on the environment, for example. Communicate your commitment. Clearly communicate how your brand is committed to ethical and sustainable practices. For example, if you ensure fair wages for the workers, or donate a benefit, a profit or benefit for environmental causes, make sure that it's part of your UVP, unique value proposition. Consumers are more likely to support brands that share their value, of course. So you have to communicate your commitment. Example of a UVP. We create eco-conscious handcraft clothing that empowers local artisans and minimize environmental impact. Our garments are designed to last, using only the finest sustainable material so you can look good while doing good. It's an example of communication. So all was about the unique value proposition. So developing an impactful design vision involves creating a personal and authentic vision, defining a clear mission and establishing a clear, unique value proposition. By aligning your passion for fashion with ethical and sustainable values, you can create a brand that not only stands out in the market, but only make a positive impact on society and environment. This approach not only appeals to the growing numbers of conscious consumers, but also helps build a brand that is resilient and meaningful in long-term process. Next one, the fourth slide. The fourth slide, it's about strategy for sustainable design and production. Yeah, you've got it? Strategy for sustainable design and production. So incorporating sustainability into fashion design and promotion is crucial for minimizing environmental impact and promoting ethical practices. This section will cover sustainable materials, environmental friendly production techniques, and supply chain optimization with a focus on how this can be implemented in South Africa. Sustainable materials, exploration of eco-friendly fabrics available in South Africa and how to use them creatively. So environmental friendly production techniques, method of production and manufacture that minimize environmental impact. So first of all, you have the sustainable materials. So in South Africa, you have organic cotton. Unlike conventional cotton, organic cotton is grown without synthetic pesticide and fertilizer, reducing environmental pollution and promoting healthier soil. Organic cotton farming also use less water. Designers can use organic cotton for a wide range of products, from everyday wear to luxury items, while supporting organic farmers. So you have also hemp. Hemp is a versatile and sustainable crop that grows quickly, requires minimal water, and does not need pesticide. It is also highly durable, making it ideal for clothing that is meant to last. Hemp clothing can be used in various fashion items, from casual wear to accessories, and can be blended with other fibers for different texture and qualities. You have also the bamboo. It's a fast-growing, renewable sources, can be processed into a soft, breathable fabrics. It has natural antibacterial properties and requires less water to grow compared to cotton. Bamboo fabrics is suitable for creating soft, comfortable garments like t-shirts, dresses, and underwear. Linen. Made from the flax plant, linen is another sustainable fabric option. It's biodegradable, requires less water and chemical to produce, and is known for its strength and durability. Linen is ideal for warm climates due to its breathability and lightweight nature, making it perfect for summer clothing and home textiles. Recycling fabrics. Using recycling materials such as recycling polyester from plastic bottles or fabric scraps helps reduce waste and the demand for virgin resources. Those materials can be used in various applications, including sportswear, outwear, and accessories. By using recycling fabrics, designer contributes to the recycle economy and waste reduction. Well, you have also Tencel from Yocel. Credit. Tencel is an eco-friendly fiber made from sustainable sources, wood, pulp, other from often from eucalyptus trees. The production process uses less water and energy compared to traditional fibers, and the solvent used is non-toxic and recycled in a closed-loop process. Tencel is soft, breathable, and can be used for a variety of garments, including shirts, dresses, and activewear. And you have also the mohair, very famous in South Africa. The mohair South Africa, the organization representing the South African mohair industry, has strengthened is committed to sustainable mohair by partnering with scientific traceability specialists. I don't know if you know Oriton. South Africa currently produces around 50% of the world's mohair, providing nearly 40,000 jobs for local South Africa. So it's a very, that's why we made in the True Fashion second season, we made a big project with mohair. And mohair is a fleece of Angora goat native to the Cairo. We've been there also, we've been to Cairo region. And it's shown twice a year. So it's unique quality, lustrous, lightweight, dye reactive, climate control, durable, wrinkle resistant, and non-flammable. Make it a highly throw after needs to. Well, it's a super. I recommend it, and Hermes or Chanel are using mohair from South Africa. So yeah, so it was about those six fabrics. You have also all the production techniques, environmental friendly production techniques. You have the zero waste pattern cutting. Zero waste pattern cutting is a design technique where garments are cut and sewn in a way that minimizes fabric's waste. By designing patterns that use the entire width of the fabrics, designers can significantly reduce the amount of scrap material. This technique requires creative pattern making and through design, but can lead to innovating and sustainable fashion. And as I told you, it exists some software using this as a Clo 3D. You have the eco-friendly dyeing and finishing. Traditional dyeing process can be water intensive and involves harmful chemical products. So eco-friendly dyeing methods use natural dyes from plants like indigo, fruits, and minerals, reducing the use of synthetic and chemical. Technicals like digital printing and waterless dyeing can also reduce water and chemical use. Using low-impact dyes and non-toxic finishing agents help minimize the environmental footprint of fashion production. And you have also the local production. Producing garments locally can reduce transportation emissions and support local economies. By setting up production facilities close to the source of raw material and the target market, brands can minimize their carbon footprint. Local production also allow for better quality control, transparency, and adherence to ethical labor practices. Then you have also the energy efficient production, using energy efficient machinery, optimizing production processing, and using renewable energy producing, such as solar or wind power in manufacturing, can significantly reduce production energy consumption and greenhouse gas emission. Factories can implement energy saving practices like using LED lighting, optimizing heating and cooling system, and reducing time of the machine. You have also about the water conservation techniques. Water is a critical resource in textile production, especially in dyeing and finishing processes. Implementing water-saving techniques such as closed-loop water system, water recycling, and water-efficient dyeing technology can significantly reduce water use. Using fibers that requires less water to grow, like organic cotton and hemp, also contributed to reduce water conservation. And then the third part, optimizing the supply chain. It's also very important by collaborating with ethical and local suppliers, like as Lucayo Mdingi is doing, for example. Optimizing this supply chain to reduce the carbon footprint and support the local economy is crucial for sustainable fashion. Here's how a designer can achieve this. So ethical sourcing. Work with suppliers with adhere to ethical labor practices, providing fair wages, and ensure safe working conditions. Ethical sourcing also includes transparency in the whole supply chain, allowing brands to trace the origins of their materials and ensure they meet sustainability and ethical standards. Local sources. Sourcing material and production locally reduces transportation distance with lower carbon emissions. It also supports local economies and communities by creating jobs and using local resources. For example, using a fabric like hemp and organic cotton from South Africa farmers support the local agricultural industry and reduce reliance of imported materials. Long-term partnerships. Building long-term relationships with suppliers foster trust and collaboration. Long-term partnerships can lead to better quality control, consistent supplies, and the availability to work together or sustainable innovation. Collaborating closely with suppliers also allows brands to influence production methods and encourage sustainability practice. Efficient logistics. Optimize logistics involves reducing transportation emissions by using more efficient shipping methods, consolidating shipment, and choosing lower impact transportation options, such as rail over air freight. Brands can also invest in sustainable packaging materials such as recycling or biodegradable packaging for further to reduce their environmental footprint. Transparent supply chain. Transparency is a key to building consumer trust and ensuring accountability. Brands should provide information about their supply chain, including the sourcing of material, production process, labor practices. Certification such as Fair Trade, Global Organic Textile Standard, GOTS, and Cradle to Cradle can help verify, check, and communicate a brand's commitment to sustainability. So by focusing on sustainable materials, environmental friendly production techniques, and optimizing the supply chain, fashion designer can significantly reduce the environmental impact and contribute to a more ethical and sustainable fashion industry. In South Africa, leveraging local sourcing and supporting local communities can create a thriving, sustainable fashion ecosystem that benefits both people and the planet. By adopting these strategies, designers can build brands that resonated with conscious consumer and set a positive example for the industry. Fifth slide. Fifth slide is about building an impactful brand. Building an impactful brand in South Africa involves creating a brand that not only stands out in the competitive market, but also make a positive difference in society and the environment. I always say the same thing to make it enter in your breath. I'm always inserting in those keywords. So to achieve this, brands must incorporate elements of sustainability, ethics, cultural relevance, and innovation. So you can, so how to build it? One, you can understanding the local market and culture by making market research, consumer insight, economic factors, trends, cultural relevance, local heritage, storytelling, sustainability and ethical practices, sustainable materials, local and organic fabrics, innovative materials, ethical production, fair labor practices, transparency, wasted reduction, zero waste design, circular fashion. And then you have all the community engagement and social impact. Supporting local artisan and craft people. Collaboration. Collaborate with local artisan and craft people to incorporate traditional techniques into your design is very important. This is not only to preserve cultural heritage, but also provides economic opportunity for local community. Fair trade. Engage in fair trade practices by ensuring that artisans receive fair compensation for their work. Highlight this collaboration in your marketing to showcase your commitment to social responsibility. Empowerment initiative. Of course, you have the women's empowerment. Support initiative that empower women, such as providing training, education, and employment opportunities. Empowering women can have a positive ripple effect, of course, on communities. You can also youth engagement. Invest in programs that support young designer and creativity in South Africa. Offer mentorship, internship, and training opportunities to help nurture the next generation of fashion talents. And then you have also the social causes, advocacy. Use your brand platform to advocate for social and environmental causes. This could also include supporting anti-poaching efforts, environmental conservation, or educational initiative. Charity partnership also could be a good collaboration. Partner with local charity and organization to give back to community. For example, donating a percentage of profit to support education or environmental program can enhance your brand's impact. And you have also the fourth part, the brand identity and marketing. Defining your brand identity through core values. Clearly define your brand's core values, such as sustainability, inclusivity, and ethical practices. These values should guide all brand decisions and be reflecting in your branding, marketing, and production offering. Brand identity and marketing, as we said, the UVP, the unique value production, identify what sets your brand apart from competitors. This could be use of sustainable materials, support for local artisans, innovating design. Your UVP should communicate the unique benefit for your brand to consumer. Your authentic storytelling, brand story, craft a compelling brand story that highlights your missions, your values, and the impact you want to make. Use your brand story to connect with consumers or emotion at an emotional level and build a loyal following. Content creation. Use content marketing to tell your brand story. This could include your blog post, video, social media content, and behind the scene looks at your production system. Very important as well. Highlight the people you are working with, highlight the processes, the value that makes your brand unique. And also you have all the digital presence. Of course, the e-commerce. Build a strong online presence through an e-commerce website that showcases your product and tells your brand story. Ensure your website is user-friendly, mobile optimized, and reflects your brand identity. Social media. Use social media platform to engage with your audience, share your brand story, and promote your product. Use platforms like Instagram, Pinterest to showcase your designs, collaboration, and sustainability effort. Collaboration and partnership. Influencer marketing, partners with influencers who align with your brand value to reach a wider audience. Influencers can help promote your brand and its impact, making it more relatable to consumer. Brands collaboration. Collaborate with other like-minded brands, both locally and internationally, to create limited edition, collaboration, or joint campaign. This can help expand your reach and introduce your brand to new audience. For example, if you are working with more focused on the sustainable brand and you want to work with a more fair trade with a fair trade brand, it's also a complement of value for both of you. Then you have the community, yes, collaboration, partnership, social. Building an impactful brand involves a holistic approach that incorporates sustainability in, I repeat, sustainability, ethics, cultural relevance, community engagement, and innovation. By understanding the local market, using sustainability materials, engaging with communities, telling an authentic brand story, your authentic brand story, fashion brands making collaboration can make a positive impact on society and on environment while resonating with your conscious customer and your passion and the value of your brand. So making always strong relationship with both your partner, your customer, your craftsman, your all the product, your partner in the production process. Okay, now it's a sixth slide, expanding influence and impact. No, it wasn't the same. Collaboration and partnership. Collaboration, yeah, and partnerships are very powerful tools for building influence and creating impact. By working together with other brands, organizations, communities, fashion brands can leverage resources, share knowledge, and reach a broader audience. Collaborating with local designer, local artisan for the cultural preservation, for economic empowerment, partnership with NGOs and social enterprise, sharing values and goals, corporate social responsibility, CSR, establishing CSR initiative with social enterprise can help also brands contribute to social cause. For example, a fashion brand could work with a social enterprise that provides education and training to women, supporting gender equality and women's empowerment. This initiative not only creating positive impact, but also enhance the brand's reputation and position in the society. Engaging with industry and community network, for example, in the fashion weeks, in exhibition, partnership on local fashion weeks, such as South African Fashion Week, international exhibition can increase brands' visibility, provide networking opportunity. This event allow brands to showcase their collection, connect with buyers, engage with industry stakeholders. Additionally, participating in sustainable focused event can position a brand as a leader in this ethical fashion. And joining Fashion Industry Association, just like Fashion Revolution, just like the South African Fashion Council, Ethical Fashion Initiative. I know that you had already with fashion research with Erika, you already have a masterclass with her. She's amazing. It's also very good to join their initiative, collaborating and many other collaborating opportunity. So this association offer promoting industry standard, ethical practice, provide platform for knowledge sharing, collaboration. It's very useful. You have also this great South African platform made by Jackie O. I don't remember, but it's very. I'm receiving the newsletter all the time, and it's very relevant. So I engage you to join those fashion association. Social innovation involves developing new social environmental challenges, developing innovation, sustainability practices, upcycling, recycling, waste to wear, circular fashion work well, circular fashion models, embracing circular fashion involves designing products with the end of life in mind, community-based innovation, local product hubs, establishing local product hubs in community can drive social innovation, social impact project, engaging in social impact projects that address local needs can enhance a brand's influence. For example, a brand could launch a product to provide school uniform from unprivileged children using sustainable brand materials. Such initiative can have a very direct impact on the community. It could be aligned with your brand position. Technological innovation, digital transformation, smart and sustainable textile. There's a lot of social innovation. And the last part is education and awareness. Education and awareness are also crucial for driving change in consumer behavior that in the industry practice. By educating consumer and industry stakeholder, brands can promote sustainability, education, fashion, and social responsibility. It's a very important point to educate the consumer. Making sustainability campaign, launching educational campaign that highlight the importance of sustainable fashion, can help inform and inspire consumer. Brands can use social media, websites, etc., to showcase about the environmental impact of fast fashion, the benefits of sustainable, to fight the fast fashion, to give some tips to responsible consumption, how to educate consumers by showcasing transparency in your communication, being transparent about sourcing, production, process, sustainability effort builds trust with consumer. Brands will often openly communicate their value, challenges, achievement, providing detailed production information, just as the origin of material, production methods, certification can help consumers also make informed choices. Industry education, workshop and seminar, organizing workshop and seminar on sustainable fashion practices and educate designers, manufacturers, and retailers. Topics can include sustainable design principle, ethical sourcing, waste reduction, circular fashion. This event can be in collaboration with industry association, university, NGO. Investing in capacity building for local designer and manufacturer can enhance their skill and knowledge. Brands can offer training program, mentorship, support for emerging designer, helping them adopt sustainable practice and innovate in their work. Community engagement and advocacy, making local event, hosting events such as fashion shows, pop-up store, sustainable fairs can engage the local community and raise awareness about ethical fashion. Public speaking, advocacy, engaging in public speaking, media appearance, advocacy can position a brand as a leader in sustainability and ethical fashion by speaking at conferences, participating in panels, by writing articles, brands representative, leader, opinion leader, for a positive change in the fashion industry. So expanding influence and impact in South Africa and just requires a multifaceted approach that invites in collaboration, social innovation, education. By collaboration, by partnering with local artisan, NGO, social enterprise, brands can create altogether meaningful impact and support sustainable development, embracing innovating practices and engaging in community-based initiatives can drive social change and environmental sustainability. Educating customers and industry stakeholders for more to inform and to create a stronger sustainable fashion ecosystem. Through all this big effort, fashion brands can be very powerful for many things. So and I think South Africa designers have a lot to say, and I have a lot of resources as well to be part of this big ecosystem. And I will before the question and answer session, I would like to show you the True Fashion season, a project that we have made with the French Institute with some French designer from Casa 93, still a very new designer in our school, and a new designer in South Africa. And they make the project and then create a collection all together from Mohair. So enjoy it.
Moi, j'ai économisé 9 175 € sur mon crédit immobilier. Moi?
Yes, True Fashion, try on green, let's go.
I have, for a long time, always felt like clothes speak. And
so
I've always had a lot to say.
I didn't think about becoming a fashion designer up until my second last year in high school. And I just woke up one day and I decided I'm going to be a fashion designer.
Okay, wait, can we do it one more time?
My name is Kumumori Jele.
I'm Bola Makoba. I'm Zaza Saleto.
I'm Burton Miles.
I am Zovio Puta, and I am a true green fashion mentee.
My interest in fashion started when I was 7 years old. I was redrawing outfits for my favorite cartoon characters, and that snowballed into creating my own designs.
Watching The Bold and the Beautiful, they had fashion houses, and for me, that's how fashion was supposed to be. But at the same time, I do think it also comes from my grandmother. She made everyone's clothes where she stayed, the curtains at the church, the outfits for everyone in the church.
My interest in fashion predominantly came from my mother because she owns a women's
Sorry, is the video playing?
She imports clothing and sells to her friends.
How I hope to stand out proud is
on our side.
longevity, consistency, and just always trusting myself.
No two pieces that are crocheted are the same. They could be made by me, the same pattern, but the tact is always going to be different. The hands that I had 5 minutes ago are not the hands that I have right now. So no two things will be the same.
I hope to stand out in the crowd through quality and detail. At first, I used to sew just to sew, but after seeing that the work is in the detail, I realized that it's what I'm actually good at.
Hello?
We weren't able to view the video
You're not
on our side.
You can't see the video?
No.
Okay. So I don't know why, but so maybe we can and this one, maybe let's try this one. Yeah, maybe this one is good. Is it okay?
No. I think you should stop sharing your presentation. Maybe just share the video that you mean to that we mean to see.
Ok. Et la dernière était pas sur YouTube. Ah, les deux. Ok, c'est bien. D'accord. It's a shame. Okay, so do you have any questions? Can you hear me?
There was one question in the chat from Victor Zikilala. He's asked, what do you think of the Sun Goddess as a foundation brand which pioneered contemporary fashion? What role do you see the play when you mention South African history?
Can you repeat the question, please? I can't understand.
He said, what do you think of Sun Goddess as a foundation brand which pioneered contemporary fashion? What role do you see the play when you mention South African history?
I don't understand. Could you maybe write it down? I'm sorry.
Okay, I've put it in the chat.
Yes, please. What do you think is so good? I don't know Sun Goddess. I will check. I don't know about it. I'm sorry. You can have a look. So it's a foundation. Foundation.
Or in the meantime, maybe we can just perhaps have another question.
Yeah.
I know that we have in the room Julian Kubel, and we have also Terence and Glorina, who are in your very specific industry. And so I don't know if there is anything that they would like to discuss, because just remember, Nadine she created a school, she has a business in the fashion industry, and she's really a figure in that specific space. So I don't know if you need any clarification about the masterclass that just happened. And for me, I was just like trying to note certain things on. The first thing was understanding what impact is all about. And I think like she really detailed and gave us like, the context of, the meaning of impact. And that is actually something very, very great. And then under that, you also spoke of inclusivity, which nowadays I think it's very important that we consider all these facts that are happening around the globe, to make sure that whatever we do, we should be as inclusive as we can, so that everyone can have this sense of appropriation toward anything that they can possibly do, especially when it comes to the fashion and design industry, because most of the time we wear things or we just do things without understanding them. And as we were there with Tebe, just understanding how everything was going, the story behind every single item or product that was producing. So I think those kind of things are very important into having this inclusive mindset And even when we design whatsoever, it's actually very important for us to keep that in spirit. So we have the first question coming from Julian Kubel.
Hi, Nadine. I wanted to ask, are you based in Paris?
Yes.
Or where? You're based in Paris. So seeing, that we, I don't know if you're aware, so we all going to come to Paris from the 7th to the 11th. Sorry? Of October, yes, yes.
Okay.
Would it be possible to perhaps come see you? So I think, for us, obviously going overseas, there's a lot of interest in seeing how could we, possibly, see how we can expand our brands or products into Europe and in particular France, and just to understand also the ecosystem that side. And perhaps, like my things, I really want to take samples with me. So to, meet with people and see, is what we do something that would work in the French market? So is that possible that we could possibly get your contact details and set up a meeting?
Yeah, of course. It's from the 7th to the 11th. Okay. Yeah. And
Yes.
how many you are?
Well, all of us, all 12 of us are coming. We're not all in the fashion industry. And then, because we are going to be very busy those days during the week. I mean, it's like a crazy itinerary, but a lot of us are extending for another few days. So maybe we could coordinate something, and then it would be best if, I see Glorina here, Teb is also here, Terence from the fashion space. Maybe we just all get together in one meeting would probably be the best.
Yes, of course. Maybe I will be, for me, I know the 8th or the 9th, but the 7th I can't and the 10th I can't, neither. So if we can organize it, the 8th or the 9th, it could be good. And present you our student and maybe talk about the ecosystem, and because you're going to come after the fashion week.
Yes, they're coming after the fashion week.
After the fashion week.
Yeah, and I will get in touch with you to just organize, because it has also been part of the itinerary that we have. So Julian, apparently you are a mind reader. So it has been part of the itinerary that we have planned. So I think Emmanuel is going to send you an email shortly about the visit of the fashion entrepreneurs that we have. So it's going to be great to actually just come and say hi to you and visit the space.
Of course, we already did it some times ago with some a collective in Tanzania, and they make it was
all right. All right, I will send you an email and we'll organize everything.
Yeah.
We have another question from Glorina. Glorina, if you can quickly introduce yourself so that Nadine can know who exactly you are, and she'll be able to attend to your question as well.
Glorina.
Hi, Nadine. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
I'm good. Thank you so much for the amazing presentation. I'm Glorina Mabaso. I'm the founder and creative director of Renaissance Design.
Okay.
And I basically specialize in the conceptualizing and designing of ancient African-inspired patterns, which I then apply to various mediums, from wallpaper, acoustic material, all the way to fabrics. I also collaborate with fashion designers, but also design patterns for custom patterns for fashion designers. So it would be very interesting. I'm glad that you're part of the itinerary. It will be interesting to meet you and have a chat with you to also understand how things work in France, and if there is an actual interest. I heard you mention La Duma from Xhosa.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of similarities with what I do and what he does. I know his main focus was like on the Xhosa culture initially, but he does usually like also bring on some elements from the continent. So because my brand is a Pan-African brand, I'm always interested in bringing through stories from across the continent and translating that into pattern. So it would be amazing to also understand, the interest in the continent and what themes resonate with, with the French, with Europe, especially in the fashion space. Oh, by the way, I'm not a fashion designer. I'm an interior designer, but I jump ship. I tend to be in between, but I think through pattern, it gives me that freedom to be able to move very seamlessly between the two. And maybe you could even give me some pointers in terms of, because my next project, which I presented to Creation Africa, was to move into homeware. So I'd love to also understand if you have any connections or if you know of any brands in France that specializes in homeware. I'd love to go and see them while I'm there. Yeah.
Okay, I will prepare it for the 9 or the 8. Great. Do you know the brand Maison Rouge, Chateau Maison Rouge?
No.
Have a look. It's called Chateau Maison Rouge.
Please type it.
Yeah. Because he's very famous. He's doing fashion and homeware.
Okay.
Non, Chateau. C'est quoi les Chateaux Maison Rouge? Mais non, mais c'est ça. Youssouf Fofana is great. And I will see, can I invite him? Chateau Rouge. Yes.
Okay.
And it's fashion home brand, but it's not only a fashion brand. It's not a brand. It's more a commitment through Youssouf Fofana, and it is a great guy.
Great.
And it's a partner with Casa 93, and I think it could be very interesting because he's growing more now. He's moving to home as well, so he's doing a lot of things. So maybe it could be a good contact for you.
There's a black community too in Paris.
Thank you.
And it's also the name of Château Rouge. It's also the name of a district, a black district in Paris.
Yeah, because it looks familiar. So I was like,
Château Rouge. And Maison, it's like Maison de Luxe. It's like something a bit more, it's more about fashion and luxury. So he made this Maison Château Rouge.
Okay. Thank you so much. Do you know Marimekko?
Marimekko?
Yeah, the Finnish brand.
Finnish brand, no.
No.
Maybe.
Okay.
No. You can write it down, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, while she's writing down, Terence, is there any question from your side?
Good morning, Jonathan. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for an amazing presentation. I think one of the questions that I might have would be running a school, a free school for that, like a fashion school. How does that work, and how did it come about, moving from when you conceptualized the whole concept of the school, and like what role has it played in your understanding of fashion and what people present when it comes to fashion?
Okay, it's a good question. It's more about my story because I was a fashion journalist.
Yes, definitely. It's
and
about your
at
story.
30 years old, I decided to disappear from this luxury and how do you say a very entre-soi. Very entre-soi. So very entre-soi. It's a very So I decided to move out. Sorry, my English. I speak much better. I speak fluently Portuguese, French, but English. It's not that great. But yeah, entre-soi, it's between themselves, between itself. It's a lot of, and in Paris especially. And as I was buying to put some products, to put some brand in the magazine, you know. And I quit this job and I decided to, and I've been invited to Brazil for my 30 years old, my family, because it was Brazilian year in France. And I wrote a lot of books and I make a lot of articles and I made some Brazilian, designers, but it was not about that. And I've been there for 10 days and I decided, I mean, the fashion was so much different. It's not about the quality of the fashion. It was the way the women or all the people were wearing clothes. So I was in some way, it was something very different. And then I've been into what was the most interesting fashion for me in Brazil when I went there. It was in the favela, in the township, and I was very amazed by the combination, the way they were wearing the things, the combination, the colors. It was completely different from the other parts of Brazil. So it was very about a social way to see the fashion in Brazil. And then all the kids, I mean, kids, it's not kids because it's between 18 to 25. I mean, they were so creative. I mean, and in the same here, I mean, less the kids have the money, I mean, more is creative because they all want the same thing. I mean, they have the same, the social media to have the same product, the same, go to the same place, but some can't because they don't have money. And so they make another way. It's like system B, it's like the system B in French, the jeitinho in Portuguese, in English, I don't know. The way to succeed, to get you what you want, but not on the straight way, more on the creative way. And that's why I created this school. So I had 2 schools in Brazil. And then it's another, well, it's free because it's, I mean, for me, the creative, the more creative designer are the one we really want. I mean, don't have a, yeah, I mean, it's a question of determination and I mean, expression. And it's a way to express themselves. So it's what I started with in a social way. And as we had, I mean, they were doing a lot of things, you know, recycling and things. So it was obvious that we made a pedagogy focused on recycling, upcycling. So we made it like 15 years ago, a long time ago. It was about, okay, no, economy. It was first because economic, but also because it was their way of, it was their tool. They use their own tool to make, to create a fashion. And now, I mean, in Paris, when I bring back this project in Paris, I have one in Paris and one in the south of France. And I mean, we were the first school. So all the brands want to collaborate with us. So we have, I don't know if you have checked it between, I mean, all the Louis Vuitton or Mugler or whatever, Lacoste, they want to create with us because our kids, they are not fragment. We really worked on their creative identity, but their own one, their singularity, their difference. And in the same time, we are an association, it's identify the kids, to train them, to promote them, but insert them in the market. We have to find a way because there's thousands of fashion school in Paris. So I would say 10,000 students in fashion. So then it's difficult to get inside, to get them get inside the fashion market. But with the upcycling, as we were the first one, with the upcycling, they have all the tools. It's a very focused school on upcycling. So with this, they can get into the market because they were the first one. So it was so first it was a social. So it's still a social project, and it's also very now very committed in the environmental. It's not now; it's still a long time. But I don't know if I answer your question.
More than answered. Thank you so much. Thank you. I can't wait to come and see the school and to meet the students. You're doing incredible work.
Yes.
I think Jonathan had said that we should introduce ourselves. I am Terence
Yes.
Uribe. I am the founder and creative director of a contemporary luxury brand based in Blantyre, Malawi. We joined the program as Terry Made Designs, but after quite a lot of learning and better understanding ourselves, we've now migrated to Terry Tobani. We still focus on sustainable wear, working with dead stock fabrics that have been left over from factories. And we also purchase secondhand clothing. We also use upscaling and upcycling. We also upcycle pieces that some people would have thrown away. We collect from local tailors, things that they're not using anymore, to weave them into new fabrics, to breathe some new life into them. So I think it'll be very, very exciting to see what you guys are doing and what we can learn from there, and how best we can actually also reach these bigger markets, because it is very true that there are so many fashion designers and creatives all over the place. So to have something that stands out, it puts you on a very, very different level, and I'm excited to come and see the space.
Very good.
Thank you for the
They're going to present, they're going to make the show. It's not a fashion show, it's a performance during the fashion week. So they could explain you, and but are you going to bring some clothes as well?
Yes, definitely.
Of course, it could be good to have an exchange. Huh? Perfect.
Yes,
Terence.
definitely.
Very good.
Thank you.
So Julian, Glorine, Terence, and Mo.
And
You're
Tebe
12.
Makuku. Yes, there's 12 of us. The other fashion designer is Tebe Makuku, yes.
Okay.
And there's also Kolile Mabuza, who makes bags out of rubber tubes from like tires and tractors. Very sustainable, very ethical, and very beautiful. Her story is amazing. I'd really love for you to hear it from her.
Great, thank you.
Unfortunately, she's not here.
No?
But yeah, all the people in the fashion, and we also try to include those in the design, because I believe that those two sectors sometimes they are related in a way. So I think they will definitely come visit you, come say hi, come see the infrastructure that you've built and everything behind Calza 93. So they will definitely be there, and I'll just confirm the time according to your availability. Of course, time between
we manage for sure.
Yeah.
For our kids also to they love it.
All right.
Our team as well. It's not only for the kids, but our team as well. Because they're with me, Ariston working with me. You say, well, I want also to meet them.
All right. And so as you may know, as I said in the beginning, so it's entrepreneurs coming from Malawi, from Lesotho, and from South Africa. Since these are the three countries covered by the French Institute of South Africa, Lesotho, and Malawi. So they will be present, and we're just looking forward to that. But other than that, I know it's almost like 10 minutes before we end the masterclass. But we would like to thank you, Nadine, on the behalf of the French Institute of South Africa, Lesotho, and Malawi, and the French Embassy in South Africa, Lesotho, and Malawi. We would like to thank you for your time, for your dedication, and for the efforts that you have put toward this masterclass by sharing your experience and just answering to these questions that have been asked. And at the same time, also opening your doors so that we can come and visit.
Yeah.
So many thanks to you. And we believe that your contribution to the CCI space is invaluable, and we look forward to see the next opportunities that can come along.
Super good. It's just a start. Just the first contact altogether.
This is just the first, and this is just the beginning.
So I see you within 2-3 weeks, huh? Yeah.
2 weeks,
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Have a great day to you all. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.